What's going on, everybody? Welcome to What's Outlook. Just gonna try to get the folks on IG in here. Another tough night for the Wizards. Fall to the 76ers in this one, 119, 111. They did a pretty good job on Tyrone Maxey for close to three quarters. And then he decided in the fourth that he was going to it's a bit more aggressive. And they had issues dealing with him. But he wasn't alone. He got a lot of help tonight. Um, One of the folks that had a big difference in this game probably wasn't expected. Spoiler alert, I'm going to give him the early X factor for tonight, but Ricky Council, the fourth, was amazing tonight for the Sixers. He came off the bench, man, at 19 points, 10 rebounds. It's a double-double for a guard. Uh, he was just nothing but activity all night long. Um, that's what Washington. Tyus Jones got off to a really hot start. He had 17 at the half. He finished with 25. I think in the first quarter he had 12 all threes. Start of the game hitting a three, hitting a three in each quarter. So he was really there to pace Washington at the start. Then as the game went on, we saw Denny carrying off from the good night that he had, the great night he had last night. Because of the pace the Wizards were playing at, it looked like late in the game, Nick Nurse decided to take Paul Reed off the floor, essentially going with pretty much a super small lineup with Tobias or Oubre, at times being the tallest person on the floor, just so they could stick with the Wizards and the pace that the Wizards played with. Um, and that's why the game by Ricky Council matters so much. Philadelphia won the battle on the glass 48-39, despite what Paul Reed played 23 minutes. He only had 7 of those 48 rebounds. Their guards in the wings did a great job hitting the glass for Philadelphia. Looking to the left, just looking at the stats. To my left, they also did a good job taking care of the ball. They had 11 turnovers. Washington had 17. Fast break points, Washington beat them in 26-16. Second chance points was big. Again, going towards rebounds. Philadelphia had 21 second chance points to Washington's 9. And again, they went super small, which is why it was impressive for Philadelphia and kind of just discouraging for Washington. You watched, for the most part, especially in the second half, Denny and Kuzma went about it in two totally different ways. Denny saw that there was not a true big on the floor, and he decided, at 6'9", 6'10", what have you, I'm going to get downhill, and chances are the oncoming shot blocker is also smaller than me. He decided to just play bully ball. He was a smaller defender, back to the basket, got to his spot, finished. Anytime he got somebody about his size on him, he got downhill immediately. 21 points, 13 rebounds, and he was efficient, 9 of 14. He missed some threes, but outside of that, he was great. During one of the sections of the third quarter when Washington was making a run, Danny was at the helm. The ball was in his hands. He was making plays. He's the guy who kind of really got Kuz going, got Kuz on track for a little bit late. But for one of the different Kuz, I'm sure it's something he might look at later. It was just far too many instances in the second half where he kind of settled for jumpers. Meanwhile, for the Sixers, it was the opposite. Maxey, he's become a trend. Maxey, like similar to Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland the other night. The times that they had Blau on him, they didn't really like that. They wanted to get him off him to get a more favorable matchup, and that's where Maxey started doing late. Credit to Coach Keefe. He put, I think like maybe 5 minutes left, he put Koulibaly back in the game. Too guard Maxey, but Washington switches a lot. And Maxey made sure he got the youngster off him so he could get to doing what it is that he wanted to do. They just did a good job attacking Washington in the area in which they struggled. They struggled on defense, and they did a good job getting to the line tonight, even though Washington got there more. Washington got there 2 times less. Washington should have got there more. Washington should have did what Philly did. Get downhill over and off. That's it. Player of the game. I want to go Tyrone Maxey because he closed, getting a close second to Buddy Hill. I might go co-player of the game for Maxey, Buddy Hill, because Maxey got going late. Hill was solid throughout the entire game, really giving them a big punch because Washington made a concerted effort to kind of limit Maxey early. But Buddy made sure Buddy took advantage of the more favorable coverages he was getting. The next factor, again, Ricky counts in fourth. 19 and 9. 19 and 10, I'm sorry, rather. And I got to go see how many of those were offensive end. But even late in the game, he got a late offensive rebound. He was just hustling, very deserving of the minutes that he got. 29 minutes, 19 points, 10 rebounds. He was amazing tonight. I think he led the Sixers in rebounding tonight. Coming off the bench, 6'4", whatnot, really crashing the glass with a reckless abandon, and even getting downhill with it too, throwing his body around, not giving a care in the world what was going on. So what we saw late in the game, we saw, I think Bagley played 15 minutes, didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but like almost him and Paul Reed kind of played off the floor because of the pace this game was at, and Nick Nurse being, just in general, and I say this with the utmost respect, being the sicko that he is, he went super small, and they were able to get the W, man. So shout out to them for that. Gonna get to you guys' comments. Appreciate y'all as always. For sure, R.I.P. SpongeBob, Michael Kirksey. Great way to start this off in terms of recognizing somebody who meant a lot in the area, in the hoops community. Definitely felt that loss, and definitely prayers up to his family, as I'm sure we go to a very, very difficult time. So into this game, Maxey had 9 rebounds as well. Thank you. You had Maxey had 9. Council had 10. Paul Reed, Tobias Harris, and Kelly Oubre all had 7. But again, going back to the guards, that's 19 boards from 2 guards. It's not a good look if you're Washington. They just look like they were tired from yesterday. I mean, I could get some of that, but it is what it is, right? It's a back-to-back. Try to wrap up. Looks like they have something about to get on the mic. Is Divine 9 night here. But I just didn't like some of the shot selection late. Get downhill. Super small out there. There was no reason to take some of those jumpers. You didn't have to settle. Progress, seeing a young guy put back-to-back 20 points, for sure. Danny had a great back-to-back, right? I think he had a double-double last night, double-double tonight. Again, hitting the glass hard, had the 5 assists, and he did a great job of he's using his size as a whole weapon. So credit to Denny for that, for stacking those back-to-back performances together. Really happy and proud of him for that. I got what you were saying, Area 11 to check out IG to see if there's any comments real quick. But look, man, appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all Monday night. If you guys don't have any more comments, but a tough one. Washington was in the spin the whole way. Just those decisions in those key spots. But shout out to Maxey, and you got to see why they made the trade for Buddy Hield, right? I don't know how this game goes with the way Washington was defending Maxey. If he's able to get some of the space he got late, if Buddy Hield wasn't doing what he was doing, and also Kelly Oubre had a good night. I thought he really helped in the first half. Maxey was going through what he was going through, just providing little stretches with good energy, hitting the glass, getting points here and there. He had a big play in the second half where he missed the corner 3, chased down his rebound, threw down the 2-hand dunk. The crowd showed him a lot of love. You guys know how the crowds are here. Some Wizards, some opposing fans. The split depends on the night. But Philly with a good win. Obviously we all know who they're missing. But for Washington, they fall to 9-43 on the year. Days are all messed up. Going to Monday, they would be on the road against the Dallas Mavericks. So continuing the story, seeing former teammates. You had KP last night, Oubre tonight. You're going to see Gav, who I think Gav had like 19 and 9 before they got to halftime in the game earlier today. Also this evening. So, but y'all have a good night. Appreciate y'all tuning in and supporting as always, man. And we will see y'all on Monday after the Mavs game.